So today's 3-yard quilt is actually fabric that I bought this time. Besides the remnant from last time, the two colorful ones came from being inherited. This time, I actually know what these leftovers are from. So this one, I remember purchasing this because I was gonna make a good friend of mine a crib sheet for her little boy because they did the nursery in like birch trees on the wall. They hand painted them, it was super cool. I don't remember why I didn't use it. Maybe I did something different, but I've got a good amount of this one, at least a yard for sure. And then I found this one in my stash. I think I used this one years ago on my snail quilt, my slow along is what it was called, because I decided to do kind of a neutrally background. So that I've got that. And then I've also got what I assume to be a Kona brown. I'm not sure what shade of brown, but I just happen to have it. And with the other two, I think it's a good wintry neutral mix. So for this quilt, I'm gonna look into the magic of the 3-yard quilts. And I think I'm looking at Enchanting, which is this one right here on the back. So I'm gonna do where the red is gonna be the print. Where the black is gonna be the brown. And then where the white is, that's gonna be this creamy background color. So it's gonna kind of pop out a little bit more. And I think it's gonna look really good and be a good neutral. It could be boy or girl, but all sorts of fun and nice and soothing and relaxing and wintry without being in your face Christmas. So I'm gonna get this cut out. Everything's all cut out and looks like I've got some half square triangles that I'm going to be making. I went ahead and since I had the extra fabric, I cut the binding at 2.5 because the book has it at 1.25 or 1 3/4. But I like a good double fold binding, so I went with 2.5 like usual so that I can do my regular binding. So borders, strip pieces, half square triangles, super cute animals. Let's get to work. So because of these blocks and my directional fabric here, I had to pay extra attention to where my seams were going to be, whether I needed to go right to left or left to right, as far as the diagonal when I half square triangled, because my birch trees are the obvious directional things. And so if I didn't do that, I'd have some sideways birch trees, and not that anyone else but me would notice, but I would notice. So now we are all ready to start piecing our blocks together.
So I've hit a wall. It's not even 10 o'clock yet. It's barely even 9 o'clock. And I'm tired. So my blocks are all done, and then it's just time to sew them together after this. So hopefully I don't lose power overnight or even while I'm at work tomorrow, so that I can come home and sew these.
So originally I was gonna see about fitting the whole quilt process for these in one video, but because of how long some things took and how everything all came out, I think I'm gonna go ahead and keep my videos for the year split. So we have a quilt top piecing video and a quilting and finishing video. Leave you a little bit more in suspense for each quilt, but I may figure out my posting date, so we'll TBD on that. But in the meantime, let's take a look at this quilt. I really like how it turned out. It looks more complex than it really is because of these like half square triangles here, and the piecing kind of gives it that like curved effect. And the colors I really like as well. This isn't a usual color scheme I would do for a quilt unless I'm thinking of a specific person. So the fact that I had all these in my stash and they all worked together was pretty impressive. So I'm really glad that I paid attention to my half square triangles as well. Not that, again, anyone would notice but me or other quilters. The recipient of this is probably not gonna notice too much if a birch tree was upside down or whatever, but I'm really happy with it. It turned out really cute. It's gonna be a nice wintry themed quilt, but also still good for year round with these little animals and their cute little presents and stuff. I'm excited to get this all finished and quilted next time, so I will give you a little bit closer look at all the blocks, and we'll see you next time.